So I watched Camron and Mace going crazy on Shakur Stevenson. Pause. 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 That was horrible. Pause, protesters. Get your ass out of here. Welcome to the nation, Monster Nation. That is, I'm your host, your president, tour guide, the Camron here, Mr. Monster Man Rocco, aka the Rockless Monster. Like, comment, subscribe. Do all of the things. Hit the bell for notifications. Leave a super thanks if you're trying to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation. So, anyway, after I watch Camron and Mace talking about Shakur Stevenson, I watched somebody else blog on it. I think I seen it was Urban Politicians. Yeah. But then I watched Shakur Stevenson highlights, right? And then Shakur Stevenson highlights from the fight, his most recent fight, right? Then I watched some of the boxing world's reactions to his fight. And I have thoughts. I didn't write them down, so y'all gonna have to just bear with me. I'm gonna just start right this. I'm gonna start right here, should I say. This is an example of why everybody shouldn't have access to speak to the world at their fingertips. I mean, some people say it's a good thing. I mean, I think it's a great thing sometimes, but double-edged sword. And I don't just mean like everybody with an opinion, right? Everybody has an opinion, right? And it's out of control, right? Cam and Mace have put time, invested money, and have created a dope platform. It is what it is, where they talk about sports, right? So naturally, they're going to have an opinion on all things sports. Plus, they hip hop, so they're going to talk about hip hop things and current events. Everything bleeds into everything these days. I mean, hip hop there's a hip hop blanket that's formed across everything, right? So there's that, right? And as an entertainer, a lot of times we always had sort of a rivalry with the critics, right? Camron and Mace are now critics, analysts, so to speak. And as the talent being analyzed and critiqued, sometimes you're like, man, get your ass out of here with whatever it is your opinion is, right? But because you may feel like everybody got an opinion. You ain't never did this thing that I'm doing, right? I feel like that when dudes who don't rap, excuse me, fans, I love y'all, but sometimes y'all get on my nerves telling me about what I do and y'all don't do it, So there's that, right? But so we may say, as the talent, everybody shouldn't have access to the internet, or everybody shouldn't be talking, or some of y'all need to put your phone down, whatever it is we may say, right? But on the other hand, I will admit, as talent, nobody likes to admit it, but I think it was Erykah Badu. I don't know if she originated it. I don't know if she created this statement, but she said it. She made it famous, made me aware of it. I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my ish, right? A lot of us, even though we say we ain't sensitive, we all can relate to that statement. Whether we're artists, whether we ball players, whether we boxers, whether we whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Tennis players. You know what I mean? As the performer, you may be sensitive. You may be sensitive about your so sometimes some of us sensitive motherfuckers shouldn't have access to we shouldn't have access like that either. If you understand what I'm saying? It's not just the fans that sometimes do too much online. Sometimes we as the talent do too much online. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what it looks like Shakur Stevens did. He has a particular style of fighting that he has a particular style of fighting that the people deem not too exciting. I say that as an example of language that could be used to possibly spare his feelings. You understand what I'm saying? Not trigger him. Because to say that his style of fighting is boring, it's triggering. If somebody said that my style of rap was boring or Cam or Mace's style of rap was boring to their face, they would probably have something to say, right? I get that. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm learning in this blogger space or whatever, like if you doing it for fun, that's one thing. But if you're trying to earn off of it, right, on any level, you pay attention to what works and what doesn't. Or at least you try to, you should. You know what I mean? And you can try to be delicate with your words, right? You could have, Cam and Mace could have said, you know, his fighting style ain't that entertaining or whatever, but then people don't flock to that, or depending on how carefully you choose your words, people might start to think that you're unauthentic, and that's not what you want. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a difficult, like when I blog about certain things, like I try to be careful with my words and try to be respectful of people's feelings because I have ADHD and it makes us understand. One of our superpowers is empathy, right? But like when you talk about certain things like Drake, it gets kind of, when I talk about Drake, it's hard to say things that no matter, there are things that is, how do I say this? Some of the things you talk about, no matter how nice you say it, he's still going to be offended. A person's still going to be offended. You understand what I'm saying? And on top of that, it gets difficult to say it in a way that feels authentic. If you're trying to be nice, you understand what I'm saying? Am I making sense to the people there? I don't know. This just me. But they smoked the boy. It was crazy. They did. And I didn't see the original content that made Shakur zap out, right? I didn't see what that was. I seen from after that. I was looking for it. I couldn't find it. And, I'm searching around. I told you I watched this, I watched that, I watched that. I didn't see that. And if I wait too long, I'll forget and I'll be doing something else. ADHD. So here's the thing. Cam and Mace, y'all rappers. Like it or not, nobody likes to say this, right? Maybe somebody does, but nobody likes to say this. Rappers are the coolest niggas in the world. We are the architects and the messengers of cool. What do you call those things? Telegrams back in the days? We bring the cool to the world. And you two niggas were flossy rappers. You understand what I'm saying? Like, swag, y'all represented the money, all kind of swag. Y'all brought something to the game, swag-wise. Can't believe I even used the word swag like that as much as I do now. You understand? Cam and Mace were on the opposite side of hip hop from me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but truth is truth. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got no, I don't, I don't have no reason to, cape for them. Or cape, I mean, I like Shakur. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? I like Shakur Stevenson. But I can say this, in watching his highlights, I watched a highlight video of his fight. She was only 3 minutes long. It wasn't a lot of highlights. I can't front. You understand what I'm saying? Like it wasn't and even in the 3 minutes, it wasn't a lot of, it wasn't it wasn't nothing too crazy. You understand what I'm saying? And that, yeah, so, but ain't he undefeated? Like the boy wins fights, right? Like I've felt that way about watching Floyd fight, and then somebody was like, "Yo, go watch his old fights." You understand what I'm saying? Blah 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 blah. And I seen Floyd, you know what I'm saying, putting in more pain than all of his more recent fights, where everything just seemed way too careful. He was trying to win on points. He wasn't going for no knockout. You understand what I'm saying? I saw that. I didn't like that. So I can understand how people feel that way about Son, but I don't know. For some reason, I don't know. It's maybe it's because he looks so young to me. I give him a pass. But whatever it is, you understand what I'm saying? I think his defense is ridiculous. You know what I mean? But maybe that's what people say his problem is. He's all defense. His defense is crazy. You know what I mean? But anyway, as I was saying, Cam and Mace, y'all, my hip hop brothers, right? We was on the other side of hip hop. I was on the gritty side. Y'all was more on the pretty side. You know what I'm saying? But figuratively speaking, right? So y'all, all of that swag and all of that cool, and y'all Harlem niggas, and Harlem niggas always know how to get under somebody's skin, pause with the jokes, right? You understand what I'm saying? Niggas, y'all get it, y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all watching this, y'all get it, right? So you got this young boy who's a boxer, who's, as a performer, is sensitive about his shit. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all two super duper cool niggas saying what y'all said about saying that he's boring. It hit a little bit different. You understand what I'm saying? I think the words y'all used was polarizing figures. Right. Like, it hit a little different, pause. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know if he went crazy on anybody else, but I know I'm watching the highlights of the fight, and in the fight they talk about what people say he's boring, people say but nobody wants. They saying it. Say people. One of the dudes was like, people say he's boring, but nobody wants to fight him. So, but during the fight, the commentators are talking about that. So I don't know if he went crazy on anybody else or no. You understand what I'm saying? But the way, from what I read and what I heard, not what I read, only on the, how they be putting the tweets on the screen. Those things, like, you was going crazy, he was going crazy on Cam and Mace. So, I don't know if he went crazy on anybody else, but I know a lot of people was talking, sideways, or saying, at the very least, saying that his style of fight was boring. You know what I mean? But if he only went crazy like that on Cam and Mace, then this is my theory on why. You niggas is too cool, B. You can't be, you understand what I'm saying? Talk about the little homie like that, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna stand out. You know what I mean? And as rappers, like, I don't know if, like, can't nobody paint a more colorful picture about how bad something is than a rapper, except maybe a comedian. I'm just saying. In real time, in real life, about how bad something is about you, and make somebody, yeah, make somebody look at you crazy. I don't know. I might be. This may be a stretch, but correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I mean? If you would rather hear me rap than to hear me talk, there will be a Bandcamp link in the description along with the Cash App link if you feel so inclined to donate to the nation and you don't feel like going the super chat route. You heard? Super thanks route. It's the super thanks. Yeah, that's it. Rock on, rock on. Oh, if you made it to the end of this video, let me get 4 boxing gloves.